Welcome Libra to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 10th of June for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. On the screen now is your event chart right at the start of the week. We need to be mindful of the role of your ruler Venus. Venus continues her journey through house 9. Here she's a truth seeker, but because Venus is also very much to do with the cultural side of life and more stylistic influences, it could be giving you the desire to check out some cultural events and do things really which please your senses, give you a sense of breakout and experimentation. But Saturn, the planet of limitation, as it did as last week came to a close, is still in a right angle with Venus, but even more precisely with the Sun. So even if you do want to liberate yourself, you could feel guilty about doing that, or it could be that you're getting text messages or phone calls from a boss reminding you of what you should be doing back at the office, and that could be a little bit of a difficulty to deal with. However, also late last week, Mars, the planet of passion and power, moved into house 8. This is very much in keeping with the energy of Scorpio, not Aries. So Mars here is about instant gratification. It is about the more intimate side of life, but it also can arouse our desire for an improvement in our long-term financial situation. Now Pluto, its co-ruler of the sign of Scorpio, is clashing with Mars. This creates a fantastic degree of intensity. It's possible you could be attracted to someone at the start of this week who you just find utterly irresistible, particularly sexually, but it may not be somebody that you think would be good for you in the long term. Doesn't mean to say that you're going to find it easy to tune out from them. And in this way, Saturn actually can be really good for you because it's just reminding you of the need to be very realistic. And even if you are wanting to break free of the humdrum and enjoy some excitement, even some lust, Saturn's just saying, look, what's going to be the outcome of all of this? Now, as the week goes on, Mercury in Gemini is going to combine with the Sun on Friday at Cazimi, which ordinarily is a huge opportunity to emanate the brilliance of Mercury. And it can this time, but we need to be mindful of the role of the quarter moon, which for you is in house 12. 12v9 can really blow up something that ordinarily you turn the other cheek to. So you could find yourself very sensitive as this week draws to a close, not least that Neptune also squares up to the Sun, Mercury and Venus as the week draws to a close, and like Saturn is in the most practical part of your situation. Whichever way you go this week, the best way to go is to tune into what's really the truth for you. We can all sometimes kid ourselves that we want to do something because we're caught up in the moment. But if you really want to keep it clean, then do what's truly right for you, what you feel most comfortable with. But those practicalities can call out for your attention. If you also try to be too free-spirited and dash off and do this, that and the other and ignore or abandon some obligations, that can cause some issues as well. So to be honest, Libra, it is quite a complex week. But as the week draws to a close, the combination of Venus and Mercury in your 9th house would certainly give you a huge appreciation of a different environment or different cultures. If you can spend time with someone who is a refreshing change from the norm, or you can travel, that could be a lovely thing to do. But you will need to make sure that all your obligations are met and dealt with, even if it means prioritizing some things in order to create the space to do with what you'd really like to do. But that combination between Mars and Pluto is quite complex and quite tempting as this week begins. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Have a great week. And if you've yet to do so, please subscribe to the channel.